Hi, welcome to Stuff Using Scraps. Today is part 2 of melting cans. So let's make a fire. Pour in a healthy amount of charcoal fluid. Yes, healthy. And then repeat first step as many times as necessary. Light it on fire in a safe and proper way. Always remember, do not panic. On this episode, I wanted to try something that people have been debating about on the internet. Which of these is the best technique? Dipping the cans in the melted aluminum, or letting the cans melt on their own without drowning them in the aluminum? Let's try them out to find which one has the best yield. I'll start the experiment by letting the cans melt first. After 10 cans, I'll proceed to take out the impurities. I'll repeat this process until I've melted 100 of them, and then I'll pour them into small muffins. I'll also keep all the residual trash left from the melts as a point of comparison to the other technique. I'm getting really close to my first 100 cans here, and as you can see, I have a decent amount of aluminum. I also have a lot of slag into my small metal bucket, but this could also be heavily influenced by the cold weather in which I'm doing this. Thankfully, spring is just around the corner. Nonetheless, it took me quite a long time to melt 100 cans this way. I would say around an hour and a half, but the yield seems decent for now, and I might just try to melt the slag to see if I can get some more aluminum out of it. As I'm pouring this into the mold, I make a small bad movement, causing some aluminum to fall on the ground, but it's so cold out here that it instantly solidifies. I guess there's some benefits to cold weather after all. Here is an interesting shot where you can see the center of the aluminum muffin shrinking as the aluminum cools down. Then, when I was sure that the muffin was solidified, I put some ice on it to get rid of the residual heat. Alright, so now let's melt some cans again, but this time we're going to dip them into the aluminum. Once again, I'll take out the slag after 10 cans and repeat the process until I have melted 100 of them. As a first thought, I'm expecting this technique to be faster in melting the cans. I'm also expecting to get less pure aluminum, as there might be more impurities into the aluminum. But then I could have more of a less pure aluminum? There is only one way to find out, and it's to try it out. First thing that I've noticed at this point, it's way faster to melt cans this way, and yes, slag is harder to take out. But full disclosure, I should have emptied my forge in between the melts. I did not. And now the air circulation in the tank seems to be blocked by the ashes left in it. And here's some more footage of the melt. Yay! Alright, I think by this point you guys get the hang of it. Now let's cut to the Well, this is a bit of a letdown. Barely any aluminum. But again, full disclosure, I don't think the air was circulating around this crucible. So it was not hot enough for pouring. So much that at least half of the aluminum solidified in the crucible while pouring. So I might have to do this experiment again in the spring, because I think there were too many variables that falsified the result. Here's something really weird that happened after I was done. I was hearing a water noise coming from where I had left all my furnace stuff, and so I investigated the sound. Turns out the slag was making this noise. What? My hypothesis is that probably because I had poured ice on the slag to let it cool down, some of the water entered the smallest hole in this weird structure, and it was now audible as some gas were being released. I'm curious to know what you think about this. Let me know in the comments. Again, this was like over an hour after the melting, so weird. Finally, here are the two pieces of slag from both techniques. On the left, the cans were dipped, on the right, the cans were let alone to melt. Even though the results were altered, we can still see a massive difference in the slag on both techniques. One looks like it has a lot of carbon in it, the other looks like there is a lot of aluminum left. I'll put all the data in the comments. Maybe we still have a clue on the best technique. Alright, this is going to be all for this episode. I'm sorry I could not get some good result concerning the different techniques and their yield, but we will definitely get some good results later in the spring. As for now, thank you for watching and see you on the next episode. Bye!